At about 3 p.m., February 19th, 1993, Jennifer Odom got off of her bus at her bus stop, waving goodbye to all of her classmates and her bus driver. Just like always. No one would have ever imagined that would be the last time that they would see her. And the saddest part of all, her unaliver wouldn't be caught for 30 years. The reason I chose Jennifer's case is because that yellow mark is where I lived when they found her. I was 3. This was my house after 95. This is a 12-mile radius from where they found her body, her backpack, and where they found her. I lived smack in the middle of both places, and where they found her was 12 miles from her home. So this case influenced a lot of what I got to do as a child. The freedom my mom gave me, what me and my friends watched out for, just little things. I was very much on Powell Road, walking alone a lot. My school was off Powell Road. My aunt lived off Nightwalker at a point. My family was very intertwined in this community. Jennifer Odom shocked the nation. Jennifer Odom was born August 25th, 1980. She was from Pasco County, Florida, St. Joseph's, a little close community, less than 15 miles away from my childhood home. Less than. She had one sister that was 3 years younger than her. Her name was Jessica. Her dad was not around, but she had Clark, which was her mom's boyfriend or husband. I'm not 100% sure on the details of that, but I know she was close with Clark. Jennifer's mom literally tells how full of life Jennifer was and how much bigger than life she was. She was number 7 in the whole country for her age in water skiing. She was usually at the top of the pyramids of people. So there's like 3 on the bottom, 2, 1. She was normally the top person on the pyramid. Jennifer's mom also taught them safety tricks, like how to zigzag through the orange groves if somebody was going after them, because people normally wouldn't know the orange groves like the girls would. They've played in them. They've been there. They've been there for years. And you can tell she just kicks herself in the butt. But no tips in the world can stop such an evil human. Jennifer's mom also begged, if trouble ever does happen, leave behind your belongings. Take an earring out, drop it. Take another one out, drop it. Drop a shoe, drop your backpack. If you're kidnapped, drop a trail so I can follow it, like the breadcrumb trail. Renee, Jennifer's mom, was confident she had prepared the girls for life and the dangers of it. Sadly, she was mistaken. These lessons were not enough to help. But that is not her fault either. On the morning of February 19th, 1993, Jennifer and Renee drove to the bus stop. Renee drove Jennifer every morning. That was their few minutes of them time. I'm guessing Jessica got on at a different bus stop, probably closer to the house, and probably at a different time after Jennifer, because Jennifer got dropped off an hour earlier than Jessica in the afternoon. On the morning of the 19th, they talked a little about math, and Renee seen Jennifer on the bus, and Jennifer waved until the car and bus parted ways. And that was the last time Jennifer's mom ever seen Jennifer. Around 4 p.m., Jessica arrived at home, to her surprise to find the door was locked and nobody was there. Normally, Jennifer would have been home around 3. She thought maybe Jennifer was messing with her. But when she couldn't find her, she ran over to her grandma's to alert her mom that Jennifer was not home. Jennifer's mom was instantly alarmed. This is not like Jennifer. Jennifer's mom then reached out to Jennifer's friends, and when all of her friends said that they had seen her get off the bus and wave, she was instantly panicked and called the police to report her daughter missing. February 19th through February 25th, police and hundreds of volunteers searched. They didn't stop unless the weather was too bad and wouldn't allow them to search. Like, literally worked through in high water, okay? They covered 60 plus miles in these few days of searching. They put out very detailed description of her clothes, her backpack, her clarinet case, along with some pictures. The kids that rode the bus all got interviewed. They remembered was Jennifer waving goodbye, having her backpack and her clarinet case. However, there was one other detail that nobody had heard yet. There was a blue, wore-out, older pickup truck with maybe a ladder or maybe some piping in the back. The truck was described as an older, faded blue truck. It had silver-painted bumper, a trailer hitch, wires hanging, and pipes or a ladder in the bed of the truck. It was described as slowly moving or creeping when the bus passed. The driver was described as a white male in his early to mid-40s with brown shoulder-length hair. Sadly, this information got them 0 leads. 6 days later, unfortunately, that search would come to a horribly sad end. A couple searching a vacant orange grove on a horse riding trail off of Powell Road would find Jennifer, only wearing her necklace, 2 rings, essayed, and badly aid. Her clothing and her belongings were nowhere to be found. She was identified by a charm on her necklace. The news of Jennifer's unaliving shocked the whole Tampa Bay area, the whole country. Local schools were offering classmates counseling, and the local supermarkets sent in tissues for the children because a lot of them cried for weeks, scared. Somebody that could do this is out there. The local ME said it was blunt force trauma to her skull. Also, she was essayed and unalived not long after she had been took that afternoon. The Pasco County deputies found little to no evidence. They did get DNA, but mind you, this is back in 1993. Pasco County was 0 resources back then. But pretty much all of Florida had a stop if you were driving a blue pickup that matched the description with the silver bumper. They even stopped vehicles that just looked similar in case they could modify it. After 16 months of no leads and nowhere to turn, and a bunch of scared counties in the Tampa Bay area, they hired psychic Nancy Meyer, who had consulted on over 300 cases at the time. If you think that's crazy, you ain't never been to Florida, huh? She told them to keep looking. On January 5th, 1995, a couple scrapping metal found Jennifer's backpack and clarinet case in thick bushes on a dirt road 12 miles west of the area where she was originally found, 20 miles from her home off of Nightwalker in Hernando County, Florida. Just for reference, this was her body, this was her backpack, this was my childhood home, and the home I lived in 95. In her clarinet case, they found her initials. In her backpack, they found her name. In an unrelated crime in 2015, they caught her unaliver. He had done the same thing 13 months prior, but she lived. Then he had done it again in 2015, and he is still sitting in jail for the 3 women he hurt. Have the day you deserve. I love each and every one of my misfits. I pray y'all like this because this is what I want to do. This case was near and dear to my heart. It influenced a lot of mine and my childhood friends' growing up. Have the day you deserve. Thanks for listening.